You don't need anyone else's approval to be proud. Hey everyone, my name is Shaun Howard and welcome to Perspective-Based Recovery, where I show you some tips and tricks that help me get sober and stay sober. Today, we're discussing how hard it can be to allow yourself to be proud of yourself and some methods of where to start. Learning to be proud of yourself doesn't happen overnight. It's an exercise and a practice that takes time to really begin to sink in. I know that for me, it was a large effort to genuinely feel pride for anything. I've always been my own worst critic, but I began to change that by allowing for small incremental success and redefining my definition of the word success. From a young age, I was always very critical of myself, and those around me were also very critical of me. It taught me to always strive to be better, but also stopped me from really believing in myself, hindering me. I still to this day have generalized anxiety that I struggle with, mainly in social situations, but it does linger even through sobriety. What I've learned is how to deal with my anxiety in healthy ways, not by drinking it away. I used to think I had to dumb myself down when I was in social settings so that I could feel comfortable. I would drink to get myself feeling less anxious and be more willing to talk about anything. It would definitely feel easier to talk and hang out, but it became a crippling addiction to the point where I still need a drink in my hand, although now it's water or soda, in social settings to get through an entire conversation without panicking. Sometimes, if my anxiety is very high, I will find myself out of a drink in just a minute. And when that drink was beer, I sure could run up a bar tab and my blood alcohol level. As it happens, I was mainly with people I actually didn't want to be talking to or be around at all. But it took time to learn that and be able to end a conversation I was uncomfortable having. When I first got sober, I had trouble in crowds and just generally when I was among new people. I would stutter my words or be unable to form a sentence without wondering if what I was saying was stupid or if it made sense. And it led to me being isolated for a time, which would then lead to an even more awkward social life. It wasn't until I found myself in a group of people that I enjoyed being around that I was able to feel comfortable speaking and realized that I was able to have conversation if I was around the right people. I don't mean to go on a tangent about anxiety. It was just a major point of my inability to feel pride for my actions and my sobriety. I was constantly second-guessing myself, wondering if I was doing it the right way. The truth is, there is no right way to get sober. Whatever works for you is the right way. And taking those first steps to recovery is something you should be proud of. Even if you fall off the wagon and make a mistake, you get right back up and learn from it, and then continue forward until it sticks. One of the first times I felt proud of myself was the first time I said no when I was offered a drink. I remember the word leaving my lips, and then politely explaining that I was in recovery, and the person respected that and apologized. What I had done by saying no was giving myself accountability and making a clear boundary that I did not want to drink. And I was proud of that. A year before, a free drink would have made my day and ruined my night. Now I was starting to realize that I had control of my actions and I could make better choices. A few exercises you can use to help with allowing yourself to be proud are learning to say no and being proud of making that choice. Or try tracking your progress, even the small wins. Keep a record of the times you said no to a drink or a hit, or of times you decided not to go to a party or a bar. It'll rack up pretty quickly. Speak to yourself with kindness. Remember that you are human and you're trying to do something incredibly difficult. Recognize your effort. Others may not see it, and you'll need to keep yourself accountable. Don't focus too much on results and take pride in the process. While these may seem minor, it's the small changes that add up to changing our entire lives. The most important thing to take away from this lesson is that it's all right to be proud of yourself for trying to do better. Self-recognition can be a struggle and isn't going to be easy or take root right away. I haven't had a drink in almost 8 years, and I still have to remind myself that I've done a good job. But I'm certainly proud of myself for who I've become and continue to become. And you can be too. Thanks for watching this episode of my perspective-based recovery series. If you enjoyed it, then please check out the rest of the videos in this series as I release them. And remember, every day sober is a victory.